Hey everybody, it's of course TKIF Campus Friday, and you know we love talking about music, entertainment, and all that great stuff. But tonight, for the very first time, we are adding a really great part to KEMPIRE Radio's TKIF. It's something that we've already included in our new blog for KEMPIRE Daily, and it's called Dance Flex. And this is for the very first time our interview section of Dance Flex, and I'm so excited to welcome this next dancer to KEMPIRE Radio's family. Please welcome for the very first time, Willie Gomez is in the building. What's going on, Willie?
Hi, how are you? How you
I,
doing?
I am doing great. Willie, first of all, a lot of people may not know your name, but they probably know your face because they've seen you in so many different videos, for Britney Spears. You performed on stages with Katy Perry, Mary J. Blige, Thalia, Paulina Rubio, so many different people you've been a part of. Here on the show, we love to talk about the people that are in the background that help to create,
Yeah.
this great show that we see all the time. But we never really talk about the dancers, and it's always been a dream of mine to talk to dancers and see their perspective on music, entertainment, in the industry. But can you just tell everybody your journey? How did you decide, you know what, I want to be a dancer one day? And how did you break into the
Um,
entertainment world?
well, it's a little crazy. I remember being 15 years old, and I used to stand in front of my TV and try to learn all those dance moves from music videos.
Hmm.
And I remember one of my first ones was actually Britney Spears' "Slave for You." I
Cool.
still remember like it was yesterday. And yeah, I was 15. I started taking dance classes in Miami, Florida, which is where I was raised.
Hmm.
And then just fell in love with it and never stopped. It became a career. I've been able to make a living out of it. I've been one of those lucky ones that I've been able to work and keep doing what I love. You
Hmm.
know, um, I've been part of some world tours. I've loved traveling, and I've been part of great things with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I started when I was 15, so I haven't stopped ever since.
Well, I know you said that you were one of the lucky ones, but I always say I don't believe in luck. It really takes a lot of hard work and tenacity. And in one of the big sacrifices that you made as a dancer is that you went to LA, and three weeks later, which I was a little like, wow, 3 weeks later you booked a job with Britney Spears. Can you tell us about that journey and how what
Yeah.
what did it take for you to say I'm going to do that? That takes a lot of bravery.
Well, the thing is, as a dancer anywhere else, like outside of LA, you kind of
Hmm.
struggle having that as a career. So
Hmm.
I was able to always work in Miami, but it's not the same. Like the Latin industry, it's not the same. Like you do great things,
Hmm.
but you feel like you're not really pursuing those big dreams.
Yeah.
And one day I just decided to pack my bags and drive my car from Miami to LA by
Wow.
myself,
Wow.
just going after that big dream. Yeah. And I remember I got to LA, and like a few weeks later, I received an email from my agent saying that Britney Spears was going to have auditions for her Womanizer video, which
Hmm.
this was her big comeback. She had taken a break before that.
Yes.
And I went to that audition and I got the job. That was my first big job in LA, and I still look back and I can't believe that that's how it all started. Because it's crazy because I was actually coming to LA after that dream of someday
Hmm.
be able to maybe be on stage with Britney Spears, and I get here and it just starts to happen straight away.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's definitely incredible. And one of the great things about having the radio show and the blog is to teach other up and coming dancers or singers or whoever we're interviewing the process and the work that it takes for that. You mentioned that you had an agent. Is that an essential goal, that essential key to really pursuing being a dancer in the industry?
Yes. But the thing in LA is there's a lot of agencies, and you have to. The agents are the ones that get the all the information about all the jobs that are coming into town.
Hmm.
So as me being a client of that agency, they as soon as they receive the emails about the upcoming jobs, they send that email out to all their clients.
Hmm.
for us to go and audition and try to get that job.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's how it all starts, and then you have to go audition with 1,000 other people and try to book that job.
Can you take us inside? Because we've seen it in reality shows, and we've seen the audition process in various different forms. But how can you describe how intense a dance audition is? Because that seems to be really crazy and incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. A lot of people sometimes I talk to people that I meet and they're like, I love your job. They make it sound like it's so easy. It's actually not. Like I have a big passion for it. That's why I keep doing it.
Hmm.
But it's hard. Like you have to go to book a job, you have to audition out of 10 times, you have to audition 8 times, let's say.
Wow.
Um, most of the auditions are open calls, which means dancers from all over LA, from all over America, sometimes from all over the world. Like, for example, for Britney Spears, anyone hears that she's having an audition,
Hmm.
and people flying from London, from Germany, from Australia. So it's tough. You go into that room and you get in there and you see 1,000 other people that are trying to fight to get this job just as much as you want it. Which at the same time is really inspiring because you get to see all these other talents from all over, and everyone fighting for that spot, you know.
And speaking of fighting,
Some auditions may take a day.
uh
Say that again.
no, no, it's speaking of the fighting for the same spot, is the dance industry, the culture, very cutthroat? Like, what is that world like?
Um, it's it's not. I wouldn't say that.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, like you do get upset if you go in there wanting this big job just like everyone else, and then you
Mhm.
get caught and you don't go through it. You know what I mean? You're still
Mhm.
happy for whoever got it,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, it just hurts you because inside of you, you're like, gosh, I fought for this. I wanted it so bad.
Mhm. And I'm sure during a lot of these auditions, you see a lot of the same people. And have you developed friendships with some of the other dancers?
Of course, yeah. I mean, it's different now than when I first moved to LA. When I first started going to auditions 5 years ago, I was scared, so scared every time because I used to go to this room and just not really know anyone, and you would just feel this energy that everyone wanted the job. And
Hmm.
I'm a new face, so I'm like, oh, I don't really know anyone. I feel weird, but I have to get through this.
Yeah.
And now, after so many years of doing it, I go into the room. I know mostly everyone, because the working industry here, there's a lot of dancers, but the dancers that work,
Hmm.
it's a kind of like a smaller group,
Hmm.
the ones that always keep booking things.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you get into that scene, then you kind of know everyone,
Hmm.
you know.
The
So it makes it more fun because you go audition and you see all your friends auditioning and you cheer them up and stuff like that. So it's a little more fun,
it
less
sounds
stressing.
it sounds amazing. I definitely think they need to do like a reality series just based on that part of the world and entertainment. If you guys just tuned in, it's of course TKIF
I
and Campus
agree.
Friday. We're here with Willie Gomez, a professional dancer, and we're doing our first Dance Flex interview, not only for the radio show but also for the blog. And our editor of Dance Flex, she had a couple of questions for you as well, Willie, that I wanted to ask you. And one of the questions she had, because
Sure.
we do the, Dance Flex has really been focused on those dancers that post their work on YouTube. And her question was, what do you think of the whole YouTube dance movement, where dancers are making themselves famous and getting to travel the world thanks to the online dance community?
I think it's pretty cool because like 5, 7 years ago, that wasn't around. So that's
Hmm.
that's actually a great way for a lot of people that can reach certain things to put their
Hmm.
talent out there for the world to get to see it.
Hmm.
And that way you get known and you get flown everywhere to teach, because nowadays, like, that's what we all watch. It's be videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to put your name out there, especially if you're a dancer that, let's say, you don't live in LA and you can't come audition for these big things that you would like to someday, but you
Hmm.
live somewhere else and you're very talented. That's a
Yeah.
great way, I think.
Definitely, definitely. Well, one of the great things that we're going to talk a little bit about. You're now part of. You started your career. Your big moment was with Britney Spears, and now you're currently a part of her Vegas show for the next 2 years. I mean, first of all, congratulations on
I
that. It's huge.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I hear you say it, and I still can't believe it. Um, yeah. So we just had the first 4 shows of the first run, and it went amazing. Yeah, we'll be in Vegas for the next 2 years, and I'm very, very excited about that. The show
that
is amazing. You have to come check it out.
that has to be great though for
You're
a
gonna love
dan.
it.
That has to be great for a dancer though, because it's either a video shoot or a tour, which is like a short period of time. This is a solid gig for the next 2 years. You're going to be settled.
Exactly. This is the longest contract I have ever had, and it's the best contract. I mean, who wouldn't want to be on a contract with 2 years for Britney Spears?
I mean, especially the way that the press, on the blog we cover it. Anytime she does anything, but the Vegas show has definitely gotten a lot of press. One of the other questions that our editor of Dance Flex had to ask you, she said, "Do you feel that the dance industry had is as intently focused on image as it always was, or are booking agents and casting directors a little bit more fair these days?"
um, uh, what do you mean exactly?
I believe, I think what she's trying to ask, do you feel like, when you're going for an audition, do you feel like the casting directors and the agents are more focused on the way you look as opposed to necessarily your talent?
Actually, it's a mix of both, but
Hmm.
things things have changed, in LA. Well, I was actually talking about this with some friends the other day.
Hmm.
It is a lot about how you look, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be fit,
Hmm.
because if you're auditioning next to 10 people, and let's say that 3 people with a body, and the rest are kind of out of shape. Even if they're all great dancers, they'll end up booking the ones with a good body.
Well,
You know?
again, I saw some of the photos from the Piece of Me Vegas show. I mean, the guys, you guys have to wear like some of these really, stomach bearing outfits and things like that. So I don't think you could have a pot belly for that type of
Yeah,
show.
we we do show a lot of skin, but I mean, after having 6 times a day, 10-hour rehearsals for 3 months,
Wow.
like no one has a belly. And we're all pretty good, we like to take care of ourselves.
Hmm.
It's a great group. We like to stay fit, work out, plus and rehearse, eat healthy and all of that. It comes with the package, you have to just look after yourself if you want to keep your job, kind of
When
thing.
let's say when you're not, working, what is your usual workout routine?
Actually, I am like a gym addict. I love spending my days at the gym. I try to go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week,
Okay.
for at least an hour. I love hiking when I'm home in LA. I hike, I jog. Yeah, I try to maintain myself active. I just feel good
Hmm.
about myself when I do like that. I enjoy it, so I try to keep it up.
If you guys just tuned in, we're here with Willie Gomez. First of all, Willie, thank you so much for taking the time out because I know you're extremely busy now with this new gig, A Piece of Me. Uh, what has been like I know excluding Piece of Me in the Vegas show, what has been one of those moments where you were like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing what I love?
Um, well, it happens often,
Well, that's great.
I am, I am living the dream for myself. Like,
Mhm.
it, sometimes I sit back and I just can't believe that I'm really like doing this and dancing for someone that I admired for so long. For example, like
Mhm.
the other day in opening night, we were about to go on and the show started. I caught myself like throughout the show just dancing and just looking out and like thinking, I'm like, wow, like I'm really doing this and I'm on stage with Britney. You know, like
Hmm.
it's crazy sometimes. I feel like life can be a little crazy sometimes when you look back at things like that.
I love to talk to people like yourself that have a dream and pursue it, and they achieve big things with it. What do you think it takes for someone like yourself to achieve that dream, as opposed to those that want to do it but don't necessarily hit where you've hit?
Yeah. Well, I love working hard. You know, I try to stay very focused. Go after what I want. You know,
Hmm.
I train a lot, dance, keep in shape, all of that stuff. You know,
Hmm.
I just do my best every time I'm working with someone because you never know, that person might end up coming back into your life and choreographing for another big job that you want to be a part of. You know, you just always have to stay positive, give the best of yourself. You know, and
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's how it's worked for me.
How did your
You know, I
family
always gave 100 and
Yeah. Well, how did your family feel when you said, "I'm going to Los Angeles to pursue my dream as a dancer"? Were they all supportive?
Oh, I remember my mom looked at me and she was like, no, you're not going to Los Angeles. You're crazy." Just because I was only 22 and I was like her first kid that was about to just leave Miami, you know. So as a
Hmm.
mom, of course, she was like, "You're not going anywhere." But I looked at her and I was like, "I am going, and I'm gonna go after my dreams." And now I sit down with her and I talk about all this, and she just can't believe how great the last 5 years have been for me. You know how
Yeah.
much has happened in my career and stuff. So she's very happy, and she definitely knows that that was the right move.
What has been like? And in the last 5 years, I'm sure a lot of people have said things to you to inspire you, to motivate you on this journey. Uh, was there one thing that someone said to you that really inspired you, pushed you forward to where you are right now?
Um, just to always keep working hard, you know, because
Hmm.
that way, you will make it, you know, if you work hard.
Definitely. Well, first of
You
all,
know, and all it.
thank you so much for taking the time out for being here and being a part of our Dance Flex, series, and being the very first interview that we do for Dance Flex. You know, being a dancer is a really great art form, and we love talking about all the different art forms from the singing and the songwriting to the producing and now the dancing. So we're really excited to start the new year off with you. Um, One of the great things I love to talk to artists about is pursuing other aspects of their art, because now you're dancing. Are there other aspects of entertainment that you want to break into?
Well, I enjoy teaching. You know, I would love to travel around a little bit and maybe teach and be able to share, like, you know, what I have with all those people out there that don't get a chance to ever come to LA and things like that. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, I love seeing talent around.
definitely, definitely. Sarah McKenzie, our editor of Dance Flex, she had one last question for you. If you had to describe your on-stage dance persona as a classic 90s cartoon character, which one would you be and why?
um, maybe Johnny Bravo.
Oh, why Johnny Bravo?
Because he's fit and strong. Yeah,
Perfect.
I feel like that's kind of, yeah, that's a little bit like me, I'd say, and on stage.
Perfect. Willie, thank you so much for being a part of our Dance Flex interview, and we wish you so much luck. And we can't wait to see you in Vegas as a part of Britney Spears' new Vegas show, "Piece of Me." And what can people expect from the show? Because you're there, and those that haven't gone to see it yet, what can we expect from the show?
Well, it's a huge production. It
Hmm.
really is a Vegas production. It's it's amazing. I mean, there's so many lights, so much happening, you know, that
Yeah.
You will have the time of your life. It's
Definitely.
exciting. You have to come and check it out.
I'm gonna have to take a trip to Vegas, Willie.